everyone. It is Wednesday, March 17th, 2021, and welcome to my astrological outlook for the day. So today we have the sun moving to 28 degrees of Pisces. The Sabian symbol for this degree is a fertile garden under a full moon. Once again, we have the moon theme in the Sabian symbol of the sun, the joining of the luminaries, and a call to use our energy, our solar energy, in terms of reflecting and looking inward. And in this case, it's at a fertile garden. So, again, today, the sun is encouraging us to go inside, turn inward towards our fertile garden of the soul and see what gifts and blessings we hold there that we can harvest, yesterday's degree, the harvest moon, and use to build our new realities going forward, because that is what the age of Aquarius, second renaissance, is asking us to do. We need to build our new realities based on the fertile gardens that we all have inside of our souls, and that's the message. Okay, so that's where the sun is, and then the next thing that we need to talk about is the moon today is in Taurus, and we'll be moving into conjunction with the black moon. And whenever the black moon is in a sign and the moon goes into that sign, we call those black moon days, which means the black moon's being activated. And it's not only also the sign that the black moon is in, but it's also its oppositional sign that it's in as well. So right now, because the black moon is a Taurus, whenever the moon goes into Taurus or Scorpio and aspects the black moon, we call those black moon days, and those days can be days during the month which are a little bit more emotionally intense because our subconscious and our shadow sides are being emotionally triggered by the moon. And right now with Uranus also in Taurus, it adds kind of another layer of emotional upset or surprise or just very, very quickly changing emotional things that happen that affect our emotions. And with the black moon there, a lot of times it can impact us subconsciously, and there can be a lot of shadow side issues that project out. So just something to keep in mind over the next few days, especially if you are someone who has a lot of dominant Scorpio or Taurus energy. Sun, moon, black moon, Chiron, or generally just stelliums of planets in Taurus or Scorpio right now, you'll probably be feeling this the most because you guys are the people that are being energetically activated right now to clear a lot of those shadow side issues, because the black moon is in your sign or your opposite sign, and the black moon works in polarities, so of course the polarities that it activates are also relevant during its transits. So we are in the black moon days right now, and just if you feel yourself going down emotionally or just feeling generally depressed and more melancholy, especially with Jupiter at 21 Aquarius, where it recently moved, which is the degree of a woman disappointed and disillusioned courageously facing a seemingly empty life. All of the energetics right now are asking us to turn inwards and to seek connection to spirit and to our higher self and to our intuition and to our inner guidance and to God, and through prayer and meditation and just divine connection and receiving divine guidance. That's the answer right now. And forgiveness, generally forgiveness and peace, that's the answer right now to solve these black moon issues and to help us heal our shadow sides and transcend through the behavior that they provoke and invoke and the results that come of that. So that's what we're dealing with. The black moon right now is at 17 Taurus, a symbolic battle between swords and torches. So there's an epic battle of the soul going on right now. With the black moon discharging that degree, that's like the archetypal battle degree of the ages, like good versus evil, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, like that whole type theme. That's what that imagery and that frequency kind of resonates to and deals with. So to have the black moon there, it means right now we're all subconsciously, collectively undergoing a battle of our greatest of the greatest importance in us personally evolving. Like we're all going through our own innermost battle of good versus evil. Like the battle between, and it's spoken of through the position of the South Node too, the battle between the ego's enslavement over the soul, which is us being controlled and dominated by our ego urges and our subconscious black moon subconscious shadow side behavioral patterns, which is, how we a lot of times attract different circumstances into our lives. So we're really just going round and round of this symbology and the visual images and the aspects and the understanding and all the degrees that all the planets are at, asking us, and it makes sense in terms of where we're at right now in the transition of the ages, in the age of Pisces, and the transition from one epoch of time and conditions and circumstances and beliefs to the other that we are just starting the process of initiating into. The symbolic battle of good and evil, I don't know what could be more appropriate for to need to happen on a subconscious level for everyone as we're in the Pisces cycle, ending out the Pisces age right before the Aries new moon. So while the black moon is discharging this degree collectively, I think that we will experience a situation where we're all battling our inner demons and really battling our conscience and battling our past versions of ourselves, and really the soul versus the ego, while the soul tries to rise now, because following the path of our souls is what's necessary in order to build the future at this point, as indicated by all the symbolism and the aspects of the resonating bodies and the planets in astrology right now. So as we have the moon going through this degree, that activates that energy, and it should be strong in all of us right now. Overcoming our ego lower nature, finding the fertile garden that we have within, and really looking at this and asking for divine help and assistance over the next couple of days as we go through this process. That really is going to be carrying on all month long as we close out and end this massive period of time that's really, really about clearing karma, so that we can start and build with something true and raw and in alignment with the true natural order of things going forward. So the black moon with the moon today, that is how that operates. And then we have the sun at the fertile garden under the full moon. Moving on, we have, and this is something that I'm going to be talking about over the next few days, because it's not it's upcoming. We have Mercury and Pisces moving into a square with Mars and the nodes in Gemini. This is significant because the Mars and the nodes in Gemini are really working towards Mercury's purpose right now, because Mercury rules Gemini and that's where they're located. So Mercury is the depositor of Mars and the North Node. And Mercury right now is in Pisces. And with these two planets coming into square, the energy building this week, remember, squares create tension that produces conflict, that creates things to change at a more evolved, better octave. Tension that produces and creates change. Sorry about the chainsaw or leaf blower or whatever is going on outside. It's just yard work, and I hope that it's going really well for them. I hope it's not too bothersome. Okay. So, let's see. I wrote information creating some type of these are a few different ways this energy can be interpreted. New information or new information coming in, creating sort of conflict and anger, challenging or aggressive communications, feeling like a need to defend your beliefs and your ideas about something. Also, unconscious projection But if we really look at the planets and where they're at, Mercury's in Pisces, which is, aside from being the sign of divine and spiritual connection, it's also the sign of letting go, in a sense of letting go and kind of like fusing back into oneness, like releasing, like just letting go of things. Pisces is the sign of, in the 12th house, is they rule loss, but it can also be, you know, termed as like just letting go and like absorption, sort of like just re-entering something bigger in that way. But with Mercury there and Mars moving to conjunct the North Node, to me, the way I generally perceive that is needing to let go of certain ideas, certain thoughts, certain ways of communicating, certain like bodies of information, and possibly receiving or reconnecting to a more divinely aligned version of those things, in order so that we can like passionately and actively move forward into our future and our destiny, the North Node in Gemini. So the way I see it, it's like as Mars is moving, because when Mars moves and activates and conjuncts the North Node, it's on. Like big changes coming. Like that's a lot of action and energy with the North Node, the destiny, future, activating destiny. And with them being in Gemini, and Gemini being in Pisces, that's letting go of information, and also receiving divine connection. So it's like Mars and the North Node achieve their purpose of activating destiny through the more mental connection with the divine, if that makes sense. And that's just in alignment with everything that's been playing out at least the past 2 weeks through the balsamic moon up until the new moon in Pisces, and now as we progress through the new moon phase. Okay. Also today, something else that's going on, and this is also upcoming. It's not exact right now, but the planets involved today at these degrees, I think, are important. We have Venus conjuncting the Sun and Vulcan. And Venus is at the degree of a new moon reveals it's time for people to go ahead with different projects, activating the degree where the Sun was on Monday, after the full moon. And then we have the Sun at a fertile garden under a full moon, 2 full moon degrees being discharged today by the Sun and Venus. And then we have Vulcan at 25 Pisces, the purging of the priesthood. And with the Sun, Venus, and Vulcan, I wrote watch markets and money and metals today. There could be some type of like surprising volatility involved with markets or just money and relationships also in general. There could be relationship volatility today. But generally, I feel like this is kind of like, because of the symbolism involved with the nodes, the two moon ideas, both the new moon reveals it's time for people to go ahead with different projects, and a fertile garden under a full moon. It's like, that's all about like our soul, you know? And then with the priesthood degree of Vulcan, the purging of the priesthood, it's like, and the moon rules our emotions, and it's really like, I feel like it's like an emotional cleansing and like trying to free our soul from the ego enslavements of the unconscious programs again, like the purging of the priesthood, the clearing out of the old power structure that was externally based instead of internally based, which is where we're going, and what's going to be, or what's universe is asking to be the motivating and the driving factor behind the way that we connect with God in this next world, second renaissance going forward. Oh. So again, this brings us back to the theme of the black moon as well, which is interesting because we're talking about Venus, and the black moon is in Taurus, which rules Venus, or which is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the depositor of where the black moon is. So the black moon is working, really with Venus right now in a lot of ways. And Venus is with the sun and Vulcan in Pisces, talking about trying to purge and clear and free like souls from the enslavement to patterns of subconscious programming, is what I wrote. The black moon is, and then the black moon is tied to Venus, and then Mercury, like I said, is tied to the nodes and Mars. So let's see, the other notes I wrote for today's energy, and then I'll wrap this up. I wrote, challenges in defending our deeper urges to connect, to connect or avoid the 2 octaves of Neptune in terms of ideas and information, Mercury and Pisces. Defending beliefs and conflict between understandings and what we need to let go of in the context of receiving many new ideas and information about things. And then I wrote, cognitive dissonance is strong right now. Cognitive dissonance and projection, you're going to see, are very, very strong right now, because a lot of people are uncomfortable with this energy and don't know what to do with it, and don't understand what's happening, and are unwilling to or they just literally psychologically can't face the realities that are so contradictory to all of their belief systems and what they've believed for so long. And it's so difficult, and I genuinely feel for people right now who are experiencing this. And also on the other end, projection, people being very disoriented and confused about, the difference between their behavior that results from subconscious and black moon issues that they don't know they have going on, and what they perceive in behavior patterns in other people, which a lot of times is really just their own projections of their own ways of being that they don't like about themselves onto other people as a way to deal with that within themselves. They can put the blame on someone else and view that person as that, and then it takes the responsibility away from them. And that's a lot of people's coping mechanisms that they've developed, because it's been relatively acceptable in our society for quite a while now. But the way things are changing, it's just not so anymore, and that's not going to be the type of behavior or energy that can proceed with ease anymore. So projection and cognitive dissonance, where people literally just can't face the reality in front of their face, they psychologically can't do it, because their entire world paradigm is cemented in a certain way that can't accept it not being as they believe it to be. And those are manifestations of black moon day energy as well. And that's also, I say that as a result because of the Pisces Mercury right now and the Mars and North Node in Gemini. So that's my report for today, you guys. I hope that you got something out of here that is useful to you somehow, or that you find interesting. And I will see you back tomorrow for my report for Thursday. Thanks, guys. Have a beautiful day.